Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and the connection you share with each other. I hope you are having a fabulous day or night whenever you're here for this reading, and I'm so glad you've joined us here today. Today's reading is going to be focused on this person's perspective of you. So, their true thoughts and feelings, the true way that they view you. We're going to unpack it all for you here today in our love reading. We're going to get started with the first spread that I have pre-pulled for us to save some time. And then after that, we're going to dive even deeper using the tarot. So I'm excited. Today is going to be a good one, you guys. We're going to cover a lot in today's reading. Stick around till the end to receive a personal message from universe. Those are always good to help you reset your energy and your focus. Also, side note, I will be doing an extended for today's reading as well. So if you really resonate with the messages here today and you want to know even more, you're welcome to join for the extended. I will put a link to it down below in the description box as well as the pinned comment. And when you join us on Patreon, you do also get access to over 200 other extended and exclusive readings. So you definitely get a good bang for your buck, and it's also a really easy way to help support the channel, the community, and the work over here. So you're welcome to join. The extended is going to be on what's coming next from this person and in this connection. So I'm excited for it. Let's get to the reading here today, you guys. Representing your person's innermost thoughts, feelings, and perspective of you, we have the Bardo, the Heart, the Medallion, Earth's Heart, the Engineer, the Warrior, Embrace Change, Compassion, and Awakening. So your person thinks about you a lot. In case you weren't aware of that, I just heard psychoanalyze. So maybe they actually psychoanalyze you as well. That could be the case. But I think that this person has devoted a lot of their time and energy to trying to figure you out. More than likely, that's because they haven't met a person quite like you before. You're very different than their usual type, or the usual people that they hang around or spend their time with. There's just something about you that I really am reluctant to say this because I'm going to cringe myself out, but I heard it, so I got to say it in case it resonates. I heard manic pixie dream girl or guy. Okay, dream girl or guy. But yeah, there's just something about your energy that's quite maybe even aloof, but very intriguing to this person. They find you to be mysterious and hard to read. That could be another reason why they seem to spend a lot of time psychoanalyzing you and trying to figure you out, just because you differ from their usual type. They haven't met a person quite like you before, and even though they believe you are the type of person that wears your heart on your sleeve and is very open, there's just more beneath the surface that they can't quite get their grips on. They can't quite figure out. So maybe you and this person are very different than one another. That could be another thing too. They just don't think like you. They don't see the world like you do. Yet at the same time, they feel like how you view the world is very beautiful and they want to know more. I'm thinking about this card. We do have the heart coming out, but we also have the Earth's Heart. And down below is a beautiful opening red rose. And so they feel like you are layered. Shout out to anybody who gets this reference and was a Shrek person like I was when I was younger, but you're kind of like an onion. You have a lot of layers. That's how they view you. Like, you're not a surface level type of person. Yes, you know how to live a mundane life if you need to. You know how to have surface level, how's the weather conversations with people if that's what's needed, but you much prefer to have deep, intriguing, and thoughtful conversations. And so you are the type of person that this person feels there's just more beneath the surface than meets the eye, and they could probably talk to you every day for the rest of their life and still learn more and still uncover more and more of these layers, so to speak. And they might still never get to the full depth of your heart. That's how deep you are to this person. Shout out to my fellow deep souls out there. You guys are beautiful. I know sometimes this world can be tough on people like us, but Keep being the beautiful, shining star you are, because we need people like you in this world that can see depth and really appreciate it. They find you to be quite ethereal, almost like you're in between worlds, like almost as if you struggle with navigating between this earthly plane and the spiritual plane, like you're somewhere kind of in between all of the time. You might spend a lot of time meditating or praying or being in a channeling type of state. They like that about you, but they also don't understand it. I feel like your person is much more grounded to the 3D than you are. Like, they might not be very spiritual. They might not be very religious. Maybe they're very focused on material plane business, like work, job, home life, that type of stuff. I don't know what else to say. They might not be very much focused on like their spiritual elevation or their spiritual or religious beliefs. This person may be more agnostic in nature, or they just don't have like a strong religious or spiritual practice, but they see those qualities within you. And that's another thing that they're intrigued by. How does your heart work? How does your mind work? They feel like you're kind of living in your own world sometimes. But they really love that about you, even though they think very differently than you do, and they acknowledge that. They love how your mind works. And again, they kind of want to unpack all of these layers and understand you more, or try to at least, and continue to kind of psychoanalyze you and figure out what's going on and how you tick. But at the same time, again, they acknowledge that they could do that every day for the rest of their life, and there would still be more layers to get through, basically. They also feel like you are blessed and everything you touch turns to gold. You kind of have the Midas touch. So maybe you are affluent, or you do very well financially or with your career, or they feel like you are just very lucky. Something about you is lucky. Like, things are always working out for you. You have something bad happen in your life, but it ends up being a huge blessing in disguise, a miraculous turnaround or something like that. Almost like this person feels like you are actually blessed by God. You're blessed by the divine. The universe has your back. And it could be because you seem to have a very positive mindset. That is kind of how universal law works. When we think positive thoughts, when we express gratitude, even on the tough days, we naturally magnetize more things to us to be grateful for, right? And so you might just have a very positive mindset, but from an outside perspective, like with your person, they view it as lucky, not like manifestation or, magnetic attraction. So that intrigues them as well. They feel like you are just blessed and things are always working out for you. With the engineer, we have the ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So this person doesn't just view you as like an intuitive, emotional type. They also see that you are quite calculated. You're very logical. You have a good balance between your emotional side and your logical side. And that intrigues them even more, honestly, because usually people fall more towards one side of that spectrum than the other, but you seem to have a really good balance. You may be an entrepreneur or a leader of some kind, or you're a creative type that also happens to be really good at finding logical problem solving skills. Does that make sense? I feel like I am backtracking on that sentence, or I said that wrong, but they feel like you can find creative solutions that work in a practical sense as well. Like, it's not just like this brainstorming bubble where you don't take practical action afterwards. Like, you're really good at brainstorming a plan and then acting on it, and then it just happens to work out perfectly for you every single time without much hesitation or delay. With the warrior, we have skill, strength, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So you are willing to fight for your cause. You're willing to fight for what it is you want, and you get what you want seemingly effortlessly from this person's perspective. Maybe from their point of view, they're rather unlucky and you're the opposite. Honestly, I feel like you kind of test this person's ego a little bit. They do, in a way, prop you up on a pedestal and feel like you're a little bit more advanced than them, or you're doing better than they are. I just got a whiff of perfume, by the way, and I don't have any perfume on right now. So maybe the way you smell is really important to this person. You might have a very specific perfume or cologne you use or scent, because I just got like a brief but really strong whiff of perfume. So maybe also they like the way that you smell. You smell really nice to them or something. With embrace change, we have embrace change and welcome new possibilities. This is tying into your luck in a way. They feel like you're the type that rolls with the punches. You find practical solutions to any problems that come up in your life, and it's always working out in your favor. So even big change or tower moments that come into your life, don't hold you back for too long. You don't let it get you down for too long. You kind of just get back up and ride off on that horse. You don't fall down and give up on your goals. You view challenges and obstacles as almost like a fun redirection of course instead of something that throws you off your path and makes you want to give up on things. You view it almost as a fun challenge you can conquer. Compassion is the warmth of the soul. Give it to others and yourself. But even though you have this warrior spirit, this fighter spirit, and this go-getter attitude, you don't let it dampen your emotional world. You're very compassionate. You're very kind. They feel like you have a heart of gold. Oh, dang it. I just had a song I haven't heard in decades come through. It literally is a song that says Heart of Gold, but it's an older song. Like I used to hear it a lot when I was a child. I think my mom would play this song, but I don't know what it's called or who it's by. If anybody has any inspo, if you know any songs that say Heart of Gold that are older, like a few decades old, please drop it below in the comments. You are the best. I hope to reconnect with that song again. Oh my gosh, that is wild. Anyway, okay, we have awakening. Awakening is the process of discovering your true self, okay? So again, you're very devoted to your spiritual practices. You're very devoted to leveling up and being the best person you can be. They view you as like a champ. That's all I can say. You're a total champ in their eyes, and they love that about you. You're a very well-rounded person, right? It's not like you're focused on one area of your life and then you pour all of your energy and attention onto that one thing. You are devoted to being the best version of yourself you can be in every single category you can imagine. So yeah, needless to say, your person's quite impressed by you, okay? So let's get deeper into their thoughts and feelings using the tarot. This is a newer deck sent in by a subscriber, so thank you again, Samantha. It's beautiful, and I appreciate you for that. And then in the extended, we'll talk about this person's intentions towards you. So these are just their thoughts and their feelings, their perspective, their inner world. If you want to know what their plans are, I would definitely join in for the extended, especially if this reading has been resonating with you so far. So let's get to it. And actually, I saw that as the moon, which is interesting and for obvious reasons. So I feel like there's undertones of that energy as well. There we go. Aren't the images on these cards beautiful? Like, I love the coloration. Whoever the artist is did a really good job. Okay. Come on now. All right. All right, let's get one more out. Whoa, okay. Jeez Louise, what happened there? Flew under my bed. Hold on. This person might want to keep this energy a secret from you, okay? I think they are low-key jealous of your confidence, not to the point where they're envious and they want to like shut you down or dampen it, but I think low-key they are jealous of how confident and gifted you are, especially if you are very successful financially or materially. They feel like things were kind of just handed to you easily, and they might not see just how hard you actually had to work in order to get what you have. They feel like you are just lucky. There's something about you that this person feels is just lucky, almost like you just got blessed. I'm thinking about that like Lindsay Lohan movie. It's an older movie where I think it's like Just My Luck or something like that, where this person feels like you just are naturally gifted with luck. It's just something you were born with. They might not see how hard you actually had to work to get to where you are, or how much effort goes on behind the scenes. And they do feel like you are a go-getter. It's not like this person feels like you get to just kick back and relax and have things handed to you. But at the same time, they feel like almost like probably 50% of it is just you being blessed and you having luck. They don't see all the hard work. So they might not want you to know, but they are a little bit jealous, a little bit envious, but not to the degree where they want to take that away from you, or see you fail or anything like that. Not at all. But I think that they're kind of like low-key wishing that they had your life, or that they could just take a little bit of that luck that they perceive away from you and give it to themselves, okay? So we have the Strength card coming out. That's Leo, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, the World, and the Ace of Swords on top of the Queen of Wands, which is also Leo, by the way. Interesting enough, we have two Leo signs kind of bookending in the reading here. So Leo energy could be really important. Maybe you are a Leo, or you met during Leo season, or this person picks up on a lot of Leo energy from you. You're very radiant, you're very confident, you're bold, you speak your mind. And even with the World, I believe the World has all 4 fixed signs represented in it, and Leo is also a fixed sign, so more notes of that. Also, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius energy could be important. But anywho, I digress. Let's hop back to the message. Josie, get with it. Hello. They feel like you bring out their emotions. You help them feel like it's okay to be brave. It's okay to express themselves. It's okay to unpack that box that they had like put themselves in or imposed upon themselves. You're very mysterious. They view you as kind of like the High Priestess. I feel like they view you as the High Priestess type. You're very gifted. You're very wise. You're very intuitive. But you're also grounded and practical. Looking at the World here, we see this lady kind of laying in like what looks to be like a flowery field, a grassy field. So even though you are quite ethereal, they also see that practical, grounded side come out in you. You're logical, you're honest, you're open, and you show them that it's okay to begin again. You are very precious to this person, like the pearl that we see here in the Ace of Cups. I think you're showing them a new way to love in relationships, a new way to love themselves, and a new way to love their life and their existence. And to navigate this world, basically. This person sees a lot of good within you. We haven't gotten a whole lot of negative qualities out yet, other than them being a little bit jealous, like wishing that they had life like you do. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't think you've had an easy life. And if you've been open with this person, they see that as well. I don't think you've had an easy life where everything's been handed to you. I just feel like you have an optimistic attitude and you let that shine. And that helps you. You know, when we're grateful, when we radiate positive thoughts, things tend to work out for us a lot better because we co-create our reality. And since you are, you know, spiritually awakening, since you seem to be very in tune with your divine self and with God, but you probably have a very strong manifestation ability. You've probably strengthened that within you. And so since you're thinking positively and, you know, keeping a good mindset, that's helping you to keep things flowing to you instead of getting stuck in a rut. Okay? We're going to get a few channeled messages out from this person to you now to see what... It's interesting because we have struggle coming out twice here. Anyway, we're going to see what they would have to say to you if they felt like they could be totally open and honest. So let's talk about these 4 cards first, and then we're going to pull from my handmade deck as well. We have Destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. Forgiveness. I'm struggling to get over the past. Disagreements. I wish you understood how I feel. And chemistry. I've never felt a passion this intense. So whether or not your person's been open about this with you, they have a lot of inner struggles going on. And I don't think this is about you. This is about them talking to you about what they're going through internally. So they may struggle with speaking this out loud to you. This might be something that they don't really know how to communicate about. Yeah, I just dropped a couple cards when I was shuffling, and we have, I'm so confused and I just want to be happy. So this person may have a more pessimistic attitude, and because of that, they're putting up blockages that they cannot see, where they're kind of spinning their wheels and going in circles. And that might be another reason why they feel like you are so lucky, because they keep struggling, they keep going through the same cycles, but you seem to be able to get off that merry-go-round a lot easier than they can, and they don't understand that. And they kind of wish that you saw where they were coming from. Maybe they feel like you don't understand what their internal experience is, but they also don't want to communicate that with you openly. They kind of feel like they're in a big fog all the time, or a lot of the time. And they feel very misunderstood by the world, and by you sometimes maybe as well. But they feel very intense about you. They feel a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion. They feel very, very strongly about you, more than probably anybody else that they've ever had feelings for. There's just something about your energy that is intensely magnetic to this person, and probably a lot of other people as well, okay? You seem to have a lot going for you. You seem to be out there glowing and shining, and this person just wants like a piece of that energy. They just want to be in your light. They want to, it's like they just... It's weird because like your person kind of wants to be you sometimes, but not in like a weird jealous way. They just kind of wish that they could live a day of their life being you, to see how things work out for you the way that they do. Because your person sort of feels like they're on this endless roller coaster of things going wrong for them, or them struggling to find the path, to find where they need to go, to get over the past. And they just kind of wish that they could be you for a day to see how you do it, right? Which is interesting. I'm so confused. I just want to be happy. I made a big mistake and you're everything I've ever wished for. That is like facts right there. Facts on facts, okay? And maybe they have made a lot of mistakes in the past and they're still struggling to get over those, to forgive themselves, to forgive other people. And they kind of wish that you could help them with that, I feel. Okay, let's get into tiles and charms next. Let's get into tiles and charms. All right. Oop. What's falling? Feathers? Okay, gotcha. And what's this that landed in the charm bowl? An eye. Okay, so eyes could be important. Perfect. All right, so we have two eyes, actually. So maybe you and your person have double initials or the same first letter in your names or something. So far, we only have vowels, which is interesting. Yep, still only vowels. We have I, U, E, O, P, T, Peter, Pete. This is a blank. You can fill that in with any letter you would like to. And we have an H. Okay, I heard teach. Like teacher, like a nickname for teachers. I don't know. So maybe this person feels like you're teaching them a lot. You're helping them on their path, similar to the Hierophant energy. It could also be that maybe you are a teacher. That could be your profession, or somebody in this connection could be a teacher or an educator. We also have a cross coming out. Again, that's speaking to your spiritual and religious practices this person picks up on. They feel like you're very devoted to that. Maybe you inspire them to get closer to God, because we also have space here. So maybe you have a blend between religious beliefs and spiritual beliefs. You might not be strictly religious or strictly spiritual. Maybe you have like a blend of the two, or you just are focused on what feels like the truth to you. I know personally, I have a blend of religion and spirituality. I'm a very strong believer in Jesus. I believe in Jesus. Jesus is my buddy. I pray to him every single day. I love reading what he has said. John and Matthew are two of my favorite books of all time. But at the same time, I also believe in past lives. I believe in reincarnation. I believe in soul connections, which is traditionally maybe frowned upon by the Christian church. So I don't really feel like I fall strictly in either category, I guess you could say. So, maybe you have your own set of beliefs that doesn't fall in one particular category, but you are always seeking the truth that feels right to you. We have a dragonfly, a blue dragonfly. To me, that's communication illusions. So maybe this person struggles with seeing the truth, even when you're being honest with them. Maybe they're used to people lying or manipulating, so they feel like it's an illusion. They do feel like you are honest, you're very direct, but at the same time, there must be something up your sleeve because it's too good to be true, that kind of energy. We have two swans here forming a heart. Swans symbolize long-term commitment, monogamy, soulmates, soul connections, lifelong love. So your person could see that with you. And then we have a rocking horse. And to me, I take that as kind of like the chariot energy, but put on hold. And I think that's how your person feels about themselves. They feel like they have all this energy, they have all these goals, they have all these ambitions, but they're kind of just running in circles. They can't quite get up and get to work like you can, which is interesting. But anyway, let's get to your personal message from universe now before I hop into today's extended. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. It really does help out my channel, and we'd love to have you stick around for more readings in the future. Okay, so these next two messages don't have to relate to this connection at all whatsoever. These are meant to be just for you, so take them how they resonate with your life. Message number 1 is the zebra. Comment a zebra emoji down below to let me know you're still here with me. Open-mindedness. There is more than one way of looking at things. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and view new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. And I think you're already pretty good at that, honestly. And then we have your affirmation of the day. I invite you to affirm this with me. I am grateful for this body, this mind, this soul. Your body allows you to get up every morning and live. Your mind allows you to feel alive, and your soul is the one that allows you to have meaningful connections. Give thanks to them daily. Beautiful. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here and hop into the extended. I hope to see you over there, but if you're leaving me here today, I want to thank you so much again for being here, and I hope to see you for a future reading. Bye for now.